Hey guys, Cable Guy Ken here. Got a couple of things I'm going to do for you real quick today. This will be the first one. I've made mention in a couple of posts about doing some cocoa. I make my own cocoa powder. I keep it in my little, some of these little protein vials that the protein drinks come in. You can see I got a little bit in there, but I'm about out. This holds enough to make 3 really good rich cups of cocoa. Not like the old Swiss Miss or store-bought, the instant stuff, but it is instant cocoa. And all I use is Hershey's Special Dark cocoa powder. Any kind of non-dairy creamer. You can use instant milk for this, but I use the non-dairy creamer in case somebody's camping with me that is lactose intolerant. Plus, I think it adds a little bit of richness to it, a little bit of creaminess to it, and then just regular household sugar. You can do this yourself and adjust it to your own personal taste. But for what I usually end up drinking, I've just got a little spice mill here, a little coffee grinder. I usually use for that one tube that I've got there that enough to make 3 drinks. I usually use 1½ tablespoons of the dark cocoa, and if you don't like the dark cocoa, you can use regular cocoa powder, but I like mine real chocolate and rich. Alright, so I've got a little bit of cocoa powder in there, and I use about the same ratio of non-dairy creamer or coffee creamer, and then 2 tablespoons of sugar, because I like things a little bit sweet. So the ratio I usually use is 1:1 to 2. 1 part cocoa, 1 part creamer, 2 parts sugar. Like I said, you can do this, you know, if you're making a really big batch, which sometimes I'll make up a big batch and just put it in a storage container, then you'd want to use a cup of cocoa, a cup of creamer, and then 2 cups of sugar. Or, you know, 1 cup of sugar if you don't like it as sweet as I do. I just put it in my meal, let it run for about 10 seconds or so, and you'll hear it'll get more high pitched as the rotors are turning a little bit faster through the powder, and that lets you know that it's mincing everything up and turning that sugar and all into a really fine dust, which is what you want. You want a real fine powder so that it'll dissolve in your water quicker. But if you can tell, that's spinning a little bit faster. So we can cut it off here. I let that sit for a few minutes. It's the reason why I got the tinfoil and all down, so it's easier to clean up. But if you just open this thing up as soon as it gets done, you're going to have a cloud of cocoa in the air. Alright, we'll give that just a little stir with the spoon. See what it looks like. Make sure you don't see any clumps in there. Everything looks pretty good. And that's probably even a little bit more than I need to fill the tube, since I have some in it, but I got little Tupperware containers I can put it in. But you can see that's just like Swiss Miss or, you know, whatever brand cocoa powder you buy, but where you're paying, you know, $3–4 depending on your brand name for your cocoa powder. I paid $4 for a huge thing of Coffee Mate. Gotta have Coffee Mate because I drink coffee, so I've already got the creamer. I paid $2.97 for this at Walmart, and this is 8 ounces. I've had this now for a good long time, probably 2–3 months. And then, of course, you know, $2 for a 5-pound bag of sugar. But folks, you can make a ton of cocoa powder. I mean, I don't know how much I've made so far, but I've still got a little bit less than, or a little bit over half of a container here of cocoa powder. You know, you in a budget-minded situation, you know, for me anyway, not only does this taste better than the Swiss Miss, and you're making it to suit your flavor, but, you know, I'm spending 1/10 of the price that I'm paying for the Swiss Miss. I said $3–4 for a box of cocoa, you know, really good cocoa, or I might have 10 cents worth of stuff in here and I've got 3 packs already. And that's if you want it rich. If you want to drink it a little bit, you know, milder, a little bit less cocoa, just use a little bit less powder in your drink mix. But this way, you know, you're good to go on your flavors. Good, you know, good hearty drink out there when it's cold. And it's in a plastic vault. You don't have to worry about it ripping open. You're not dealing with a little, you know, Ziploc bag or anything like that, or little pieces of paper. You're taking this out there, you're bringing it back. And it's a sealed lid, it's waterproof, it's airtight. You can store them in these, you know, 3, 4, 5 months easy without any problems. And since none of this stuff is really perishable to an extent, I'd say even a year or longer, because there's no fats, there's nothing in here that would, you know, go rancid on you or anything like that. There's no preservatives to any of it. There may be some preservatives in the non-dairy creamer, just depending on what they put in it. But this is 100% pure cocoa powder. There's nothing added to it. So this is healthier for you in that aspect as well. Just something I thought I'd share. I'm going to make up about, I got 3 more of these little vaults empty, so I'm going to make 3 more batches of this up. I'm actually going to do it in a food processor. If you don't have a coffee mill rather, you can do it in a food processor. You can use a hand sifter. If you've got a flour sifter, you can sift all the ingredients together that way. But with this, you're grinding that sugar up into a flour, almost like confectioner's sugar. But it makes it dissolve really fast in the hot water, and makes everything, it evens everything out, mixes it real good for you, so you don't have, you know, spots where you don't have sugar and, you know, stuff like that. It makes everything more uniform, so that when you do use it, you get a uniform mixture in your drink. So just thought I'd share that with you. I got a couple of more things I'm gonna do here in a little bit. I'm actually gonna go out in a bit and heat me up some water to make some cocoa with my little cook set. But first I've got to sand it down, clean it, and repaint it for the second time now. So, Cable Guy Ken here. Hope you enjoyed this. Got any questions? Y'all know, just let me know. Leave me a comment or whatever, and I'll get back with you just as quick as I can. Thank you for watching.